There we go. Let's talk about the team that you need when you're buying a house. And again, the team is really important in creating success and reducing stress in your journey. First one that you need is the lender. The lender is the guy who handles all the money for you. He is going to make sure that you get pre-approved. He's going to talk to you about how much cash down you need. He's going to talk to you about your payments, the loan programs that you can do. It's really a crucial role is the lender. And that's actually where we suggest everybody formally start the process is with the lender. Good agents can connect you to a good lender. And it's important that the whole team that you use works and plays well together. So that can be a worthwhile thing to explore and pay attention to as a lender that your agent suggests. But you should also be welcome to pick your own lender, use the lender that you like, and a good agent should be able to communicate and get in good standing with a good lender pretty quickly. The next people that you want to have on your team are really the inspectors. And there's really two key inspectors that you want to have on your team. One of them often overlooked. First one is the home inspector. They're going to handle all the things with the structure. They're going to look at the attic, the crawl spaces, the roof, the siding, plumbing, electrical, all the things that they can see and test. They will do. They're going to let you know about red or yellow flags that you should look out for on the house. Do you want to negotiate around them? Do you want to offer a price reduction? But you got to get the information to make those decisions. And that information comes from the home inspector. The second one that's often overlooked is the sewer inspector. You want to use a sewer inspector, or at least I strongly suggest it to all of my clients, because it's totally hidden. You can't see a problem without getting it inspected, unless the problem is horrific, which is probably not a house that you would be looking at. But you can't see the problem, but the problem can be really expensive. It's not at all crazy for a sewer line problem to be $25,000. And so it's worthwhile to invest the money to have that looked at. I have somebody that I coached into getting a sewer inspection. They're an investor getting a sewer inspection on every property that they do. They found four $20,000 sewer problems on properties when they were looking at buying them. That if they hadn't done the inspection, that would have totally blown their budget, would have put the project at risk from a timeline standpoint. So it's really a good, worthwhile thing to do is get the sewer inspection. If you're thinking about looking at something that's a little bit more rural or outlying property or in Pierce, Thurston, Snohomish, Whatcom, Skagit, you might want to look at a septic inspection as well. Some counties have it required that you have to get a septic inspection. Typically, the seller has to handle that. It's a great contingency to have to be able to negotiate some stuff around or get some time on if the seller hasn't done it in advance. But that is another important thing to do because it's again a kind of a hidden system. It's in a vault, it's underground, but you really do want to get it checked. The new septic system can run up to like $50,000, $60,000. So that's again a big ticket item that you want to be aware of and do your due diligence on. The agent broker is a key member of the team. I don't say that just because I'm an agent. I actually kind of became an agent against my will. I was so unsatisfied with the standards of what I was seeing out there. I wanted to try to do it a little bit differently, coming from the lender and investor background, bring that experience to the space. But a good agent should be a fiduciary and not a functionary for you. That means they should really be putting your needs first, spending time finding out what you really want, how you define success, what you're really looking for, and then making that happen. A functionary is an agent who is just going to do how I define it is the least amount possible for the biggest commission possible. They're the agents who are good at opening doors and taking orders. That's not the agent that I would suggest that you look for when you're looking at a 6 or 7 figure investment in a home. A great agent should also not just help you find the right home and open the doors, though that is important. They should help you negotiate the deal, navigate the inspection, understand what's important, tracking the timelines, giving you a lot of peace of mind, and coordinating the process right up until the very end when that gets handed off to escrow, who we'll talk about now. Title and escrow are two other team members that you'll need. You'll usually get these guys through your agent or the property that's listed. If you're looking at something that's listed on the MLS, the seller can often dictate who title and escrow are. But these are two key players that you'll want to have good title reps and good escrow people that you're working with, your agent should be keeping in mind, hey, if there's something questionable about these guys, or I've had problems with these guys in the past, you may want to see about switching them, which can be done. Um, Sometimes sellers don't like it, but if you've had a bad experience with them, or your agent or your lender has had a bad experience with them, it's probably worth getting away from them. There's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen in real estate, and having good title and escrow is important. The title company, they research all the history on the property. They make sure tell you what liens are on the property, what encumbrances like easements or things like that are, there view restrictions on the property, are there utility easements, access easements for other people to be able to access your property. Even stuff around here like mine rights that can impact the property. There's significant parts of Issaquah that have old abandoned mines underneath them, and the title policy and the title research will let you know about that information. It has to be disclosed because there is a small chance that things could collapse or shift, which could impact your house, and you need to know that going into the purchase. The escrow company is really like a third party facilitator, is how I look at it. It's their job to make sure that everybody honors and does everything in the contract, and that all the paperwork is good to go and meets everyone's standards. They make sure everything is done that the lender needs done. The buyer gets all their information there. The seller gets all their information there, that everything gets recorded correctly with the county to transfer the title and make you the new owner of the property. They also are the neutral party that handles and holds all the money most of the time as you go through the process. So that's really the majority of the team that you need. However, you could occasionally need a supporting cast outside of that on your team. You may need something like an arborist or a geotech, a surveyor on the property. Maybe there's an easement or a fence isn't built where you think the property line is. You'd bring in a surveyor. A lot of people are doing interesting things and looking at additional units on their land right now. Surveyors and arborists are often important for that. If you've got a big slope on your property, you might want to have like a geotechnical engineer or an architect come out and give you some thoughts on it. So that's a supporting cast, which is another spot where a good agent should have a network of those supporting team members to be able to help you out, get you the answers you need in the timeline that you need them.